The Quran has presented numerous points regarding the creation of humans. Among them is the fact that it has repeatedly mentioned that humans were created from dust. Furthermore, the Quran, like other celestial scriptures, has referred to Adam as the father of mankind, or, in other words, the first human. But are these points in harmony with the discoveries of modern science? Is it true that humans were created from dust? And does science confirm this? Is the idea that all humans descended from a single father and mother and developed from them compatible with what the theory of the natural evolution of species and scientific evidence have provided? In this stage, in continuation of examining the criticisms directed against the Quran and the subject of contradiction between the Quran and scientific discoveries, we examine these 2 points. Regarding the creation of humans from dust, critics emphasize that from a scientific perspective, we find no evidence showing that humans appeared instantaneously from dust. Whereas in the Quran, aside from the repeated general emphasis on the creation of humans from dust, there is an expression in which it is stated that God created humans through an instantaneous decree. That is, He transformed dust into a human through kun fayakun, be and it is. And this is not in accordance with scientific evidence. But does the Quran actually have such a definitive statement? Does the kun fayakun decree regarding dust and its transformation into a human mean that this event occurred in a single moment? As we have explained repeatedly before, in order to understand the precise and correct meaning of any subject mentioned in a book, we must pay attention to the subject, purpose, and language of that book. The Quran is not a scientific book or a book of biology and has not made claims in this regard. The Quran is a book of guidance, ethics, and spirituality. Therefore, if it alludes to the creation of humans from dust and emphasizes it, it certainly has a purpose in this direction. It is possible that the Quran's intention in emphasizing the dusty nature of humans refers to spiritual aspects, that humans should not be captive to dust and materiality, and should know that they were created from a lowly and material origin in order to attain a spiritual and sublime goal. Nevertheless, Muslim interpreters have not had uniform understandings of these verses. Many have said that the intention of creation from dust is that humans possess the elements present in dust within their bodies. Others have said that the intention is that the human body has indirectly developed and formed from the elements present in dust. And still others have symbolic interpretations and other meanings and understandings. Therefore, we cannot consider any particular interpretation, which is only a matter of possibility, as evidence of a contradiction between the Quran and scientific discoveries. But the more important subject is the creation of humans from Adam and Eve, which has become highly controversial, especially because Darwin's theory, or the natural evolution of species, is today accepted in scientific circles almost as a settled and uncontested matter, and there is abundant evidence supporting its truth. What is mentioned in the Quran and other celestial scriptures regarding the creation and propagation of humans from a single father and mother appears on the surface to be in contradiction with this theory and has preoccupied the minds of many people. Therefore, we must examine this subject with greater precision. First, in the traditional understanding of the subject of Adam and Eve, religious interpreters believe that what has been mentioned in celestial sacred texts refers to a real and historical personality, that God created the first human in an initial period, and other humans are descendants of this individual. Even many of those who adhere to this traditional understanding believe that even if the theory of evolution were scientifically proven and there were no problems or ambiguities in it, still there would be no contradiction with this belief. Because it is possible that the natural process of evolution of species occurred in organisms, and God, for whatever reason and in whatever manner, in a miraculous way or in a way of which we are unaware, created and propagated the current human from the lineage of one individual and his spouse. Therefore, no contradiction arises between these two, especially considering that in Islamic texts it has also been emphasized that Adam was not the only human on earth. Even from certain Quranic verses, one can infer that Adam became the successor of humans and other types of human species. In some traditions of the al-Bayt, peace be upon them, it is also mentioned, "Do not think that you are the only creation and the only human being that God has created on earth. Rather, before you, there existed thousands upon thousands of humans and other types of human species." Therefore, even with that traditional understanding, there is no contradiction. But other interpretations have also been proposed regarding these verses. Some Muslim interpreters believe that Adam is a real and historical personality, but not as the first human to dwell on earth. They say that various generations that transformed over millions of years in the theory of evolution and evolved into different species up to the present day led, at a certain point, to the emergence of a new generation of humans who, with their spiritual and immaterial perfections and preparedness, were made capable of receiving divine guidance and ready to establish human civilization. The interesting point is that based on scientific discoveries, the Neolithic period, or the period of agriculture, which is considered an important point in the development and evolution of human history, dates back to approximately 10,000 years ago, a period in which humans transformed from a hunting and nomadic being into a sedentary being who initiated agriculture and animal husbandry. In religious texts, the date mentioned for Adam's arrival on earth and the propagation of his lineage is approximately the same, 10,000 years. These interpreters believe that this concordance shows that these two can be reconciled and that humans developed from the period of Adam, who is the representative of a lineage and an important point in human evolution. Some interpreters also fundamentally believe that the narrative of Adam is completely symbolic. Adam is a symbol and representation of all of humanity, and the stories that the Quran brings about him, such as paradise, descent to earth, and eating from the forbidden tree, each is a symbolic expression of the characteristics of the structure of human existence. In any case, considering these possibilities and various interpretations, there is no doubt that the Quran emphasizes its principal message, which is an ethical and spiritual message, and does not address points that would contradict realities and scientific discoveries. And once again, with even greater confidence, we arrive at the conclusion that if what the Quran expresses is not a scientific miracle and marvel, at least it has no contradiction with science.